Carl's case is cut and dried. Okay, the chap responsible for it confessed. He was sentenced, served his time.
That's why Uncle Tony is suspicious. Everything was just too convenient.
Okay, look, I know he's still struggling with Johnny's murder, but what good will it do for him to relive his son's death all over again?
Everyone deals with grief differently. Just help him.
It was for a SimCorp farewell party for the interns at Flavor, an exclusive club. Carl was there with a whole lot of them, but his mentor, Edward, was not. Our friend Chia Ewan was seated at the table beside. Chia provoked Carl. Carl started a fight. As a result of the fight, Carl sustained a head injury from the fall.
Carl will never start a fight, I'm telling you. They back up and said Carl was the one.
Chia was represented by a hotshot criminal lawyer, Michael Choke, from my ex-firm. He pled guilty and was released after a few months.
Wait, how come you have all this info on the case? You were involved?
I wasn't. When Tess was being investigated for poisoning Pierce, your father, Colin Chan, the IO of the case, dug really deep into the whole family, especially Carl's case. Well, as Tess's lawyer, I had to do my due diligence.
Carl's phone. Did Wycombe get anything out of it?
Let's check with him.
Hello?
You're on speaker. Just following up on Carl's phone.
Sorry to say, my friend Eddie said that Carl's phone is too damaged already. Couldn't get any data out of it. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'll get it back to him. Pass it back to you when I see you.
Thanks for trying.
Well, feel free to look through the notes of the case. I've got to be back at SimCorp.
So, did you find the answers you were looking for in Ipoh?
I guess Yi must have given you my flight details, huh?
You suddenly run off like that. Don't answer my calls, don't reply my messages. What else do you expect me to do? Hey, at least tell me why you're so upset with me.
So much for mother-daughter bonding, right?
I'm sure she has some really good reasons to...
Emergency at the clinic. It's nothing new. I guess saving someone's life will always be more important, right?
I used to do that a lot to my kids for far less noble reasons.
I mean, I get it. Work's important and all. It pays the bills. But then maybe don't get my hopes up. She was the one who planned the whole thing. Breakfast at Sienna, get our nails done, go shopping. Maybe I'll just head back first.
But you know, I might be able to help with the shopping part. I had some samples come in just today, straight from our designer, Luca. Might suit you.
Really? I love his designs. Luca's so cool.
Come, I'll give you a sneak peek. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Good price, right? Someone after I bargained with the fishmonger, he portioned everything out for me. Yeah, I know. It's always cheaper to buy the whole fish. Exactly. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Sorry, what are you doing?
Oh, I bought a whole salmon. It's too big for us to finish, so I pass you some. You can cook it for Vignesh. Brain food, as they say.
Oh, for a moment, I was wondering if you were in the rock flat.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. You must be wondering, who is this crazy neighbor? Who does she think she is? Just walk into my house like that.
I suppose this is what we used to do.
Yeah. Anyway, I will knock on the door before I come in next time, okay?
Thanks for understanding. Oh, and thanks for the salmon.
It's okay.
This is super cute.
Amber really liked that one as well. Looks like the both of you have similar tastes. Good taste.
Thanks. Can I ask, what's it like working with your own daughter in SimCorp?
Well, it's got its own challenges for sure. And we've clashed plenty of times on all kinds of things.
Because I can't imagine working with my mom at all.
Yeah, but I get front row seats to watching her succeed. And as a parent, it's a wonderful feeling.
She's very lucky to have such a supportive mom like you.
Now, I wasn't always your mother's biggest fan, but if there's one thing I really respect about her, it's that she'll never compromise on her own principles. I know it's hard for you as her daughter to understand, but there's a side to her that you don't really get to see. I know for a fact that you and Farah are her #1 priority. Even to make painful decisions like to divorce your dad.
And like split our family up.
I think to her, it was about setting a good example for the both of you to show you both that you deserve men who respect you, who treat you right. And if the man doesn't do that, to not enable his bad behavior, especially if he's not willing to change.
There's a note here that says Chia Yiwen's parents were fishmongers in the market. They stay in the 3-room flats.
Cannot be. All the while we all thought he was a rich man's son.
Would a rich man's son be working part-time in a club? He even did a shift that night before joining the party.
How come they didn't say any of this in the trial?
Maybe they thought it was irrelevant. Because in the end, that fella confessed anyway.
Okay, so what if he's not a rich man kid?
Then maybe he has got a good reason to take the fall for somebody else.
What about this?
Everything is so cute on you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Farisha.
It's okay, Mama. Auntie Tess was keeping me company.
And you arrived just in time. I need to make some calls now. It was nice hanging out with you, Farisha.
Hi.
Thank you.
Auntie Tess was just showing me some of the samples from her new collection. She even gave me this top.
Oh, that's cute.
Was your patient okay in the end?
Ended up he needed to be warded, but at least we were able to be there for him. And also reassure his wife, who was panicking quite a bit.
I also hope that I can do something next time that makes a difference in people's lives. Just like you and Auntie Tess.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't want to do just any job for the sake of money or whatever. I think I want what I do to have some kind of purpose.
No wonder I can't find him on social media. He doesn't use the name Chia Yiwen anymore.
Jovian Chia?
I think he changed his name after he was released from prison. But that's not the surprising thing.
He's working for SimCorp,
Funny, right? You got this guy who goes to jail for causing the death of an intern,
who is the brother-in-law of the CEO.
who applied for a SimCorp scholarship to study overseas and actually got it.
And now he's working for SimCorp.
And doing well. The vice president of procurement in the China office.
No wonder I haven't seen him around.
Here's the thing. To get a SimCorp scholarship, they have to go through interviews with the management. And the last round of interview is with the CEO himself.
So Pierce is the one who gives this joker the scholarship.
I understand why you don't want me getting distracted with boys.
I didn't mean to come down so hard on you, but that's my main concern as well. It's such a crucial year for you.
But we're on the same page, though. I have seniors who totally messed up their exams because of breakups and stuff. The last thing I want to do is to be like them.
I'm glad to hear that.
Farah and I always talked about how when we grow up, we want to be strong and successful, just like you. And I know that if that's what I want, I need to stay focused.
Farisha, Luca just sent over some samples. Think some of them might be in your size. You want to try them on?
Yes, please. Mama, what do you think?
She's so adorable. You should have seen how her face lit up when she... What's wrong?
You don't act blur with me, I warn you.
Tony, Pierce doesn't know anything about that.
I thought he's the one who has to vet all the shortlisted candidates.
The one who is in charge of the SimCorp scholarship wasn't Pierce, it was Shirley.
At first, I thought if I visit my EE in Ipoh, she can help me find out more about why my mom killed herself.
From what I know, they were not that close.
My EE told me my mom was trying to clear off a debt because she kena scam. She even borrowed money from my EE.
Yeah, my husband also mentioned something like that. Actually, I think even your father didn't know about it.
How can you not know?
Because she didn't tell him. She was scared that it would affect his job since he was in the police that time.
Huh? Then how did Uncle Colin find out? Auntie Linda, Please, after all these years, don't you think I at least deserve to know the truth?
My husband arrested some loan sharks. He so happened to find out that her name was inside their records.
Is that why my father quit the police?
I don't know.
That was the first time we actually connected. Without any attitude, without triggering each other.
And that's great, right?
Farisha was only in a good mood thanks to you. You know, for us, it's always a matter of time before one of us loses their patience and we end up snapping at each other.
No, come on. With all of Irfan's shenanigans, I'm sure it was super stressful at home.
I'm such a failure as a mother. I can't even connect with my own daughter without your help.
We stop that talk right now, okay? It's totally normal for mothers and daughters to trigger each other. I mean, just look at me and my mom. When we were working here together, we were constantly at each other's throats.
I tell you, this girl, things need to be done a certain way. Otherwise, cannot.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mum. But you see what I mean? Every relationship takes hard work, and in some cases, really hard work. But nothing worth having isn't worth fighting for. Okay?
So, what do you guys think?
Very nice.
Oh, he looks super cute. I love it.
Is this free?
We awarded SimCorp scholarships to so many promising young students. You can't expect me to remember all.
Yes, but to approve the convicted killer of Tess's brother, of all people?
Ah, I remember now. But look, the scholarship is awarded based on financial hardship. Now, this poor young boy and his family, he couldn't even afford the rental on their flat.
Surely there were more deserving candidates. But when I asked you about it, you were so dismissive.
Why'd you come to me about this back then?
There was a lot happening. You were recovering from the poisoning. Tess was under investigation. The last thing you need is something else to worry about.
Look, the boy made a mistake. He owned up to it. He did his time. Do you think Tess deserves to have the stigma of her jail term following her around?
In the first place, she was innocent. This is completely different.
If employers don't take the lead in hiring ex-offenders, who will? Why shouldn't he deserve a second chance if he's willing to turn his life around?
So your dad lied to you all this while about how your mom passed on. But how did she get scammed in the first place? Did you manage to find out?
Why can't he just tell me what was going on? What if I could have helped?
You were still schooling. What could you do? If I'm them, I also won't want to burden you.
Okay, the other thing is, just because she's gone doesn't mean all her debt goes away.
So did your dad settle you with them?
I've been doing his accounts for his PI firm ever since he started his business. There's no way he can pay it off.
Maybe the loan sharks went to jail, so there's no follow-up.
No, I don't think they will give up trying to collect the debt just like that.
Or maybe they've learned their lesson. Crime doesn't pay.
My EE told me the amount she wanted to borrow.
How much?
Like, you can buy a resale flat in prime area.
Why haven't I brought Annette back from the UK? I don't know, I guess a part of me just feels like if I try to do that, it's just gonna make things worse.
Yeah, you mentioned the last time we spoke, things were quite tense.
I guess she's just at that age, you know. She lashes out and makes me feel like a total failure.
You know, you should really consider taking your own advice.
Easier said than done, okay? You know, some of the things she says to me are just so cutting.
You can't take what she says at face value. Teenagers are the kings at saying things they don't mean.
Grown-ups too, actually.
What did you say to me just now? Relationships take hard work, right? Nothing worth having isn't worth fighting for. Someone has to make the first move here. And we both know it's not going to be Annette.
So you just told her everything? Aiya, Linda.
Sorry. I didn't know that. All the while, she didn't know how Pei Wen passed on.
And then why must you tell her about the loan sharks?
She's so poor thing. Didn't know what happened to her mom. I thought...
At least you could have checked with me first, right?
She asked me so suddenly. I didn't have time to think properly. At least now, you don't need to worry about keeping secrets from her anymore, right? Maybe after this, you and Shufen, your relationship will be even stronger. I know that from young, she always looked up to you a lot. That's why she wanted to follow in your footsteps to be a PI.
So what? She might never trust me again.
She's a smart girl. She will understand that you were just trying to protect her. In fact, she's just like you, always wants to do the right thing. Don't worry. I'm sure everything will be okay in the end.
Are you even listening to me? They've managed to link me to Chia Yuen. It's only a matter of time before they figure out that you were the one who killed Carl.
Can you just let me think?
What's that a thing? We need damage control.
No wonder Caleb was asking me about Carl the other day.
And why are you so calm about this? If they managed to find out it was you...
Look, Carl deserved it anyways. Okay? He stuck his nose where it didn't belong.
You shouldn't even have created the ransomware in the first place, Edward. And on SimCorp servers?
Yeah, well, if SimCorp's IT security is so weak as to allow my ransomware to run undetected, that's their problem.
How did Carl even find out about it?
I told him. What? He was interested in tech. How was I supposed to know he was going to have some crisis of conscience and go to Pierce to report it?
Well, you didn't need to kill him for it.
It was an accident. I tried to convince him to keep his mouth shut, but the fool refused. I didn't have a choice. I had to silence him.
Edward, this is a huge mess. What if Chia Yuen decides to talk?
He won't. Okay, he doesn't even know it was me. In fact, I'm in the clear. You're the one who gave him a scholarship in the first place. So the way I see it, Mother, you're the one in some sort of quid pro quo with him.
I did it to keep you safe.
You know, maybe you should take the fall for Carl like you did for Clarissa. Make things neater, don't you agree?
I only just found out that Shirley was the one in charge of the scholarship myself.
Yeah, that's not dodgy at all.
So your theory is that this Chia Yuen confessed to the crime and then got rewarded with a scholarship and a job at SimCorp?
I'm willing to bet good money that he's not going to give anything away, even if you ask nicely.
Who says I'm going to ask nicely? He's working at SimCorp, right? Which department?
You, please don't go and cause trouble.
Also, he works out of the China office, so...
Make sure he owns up.
Tony, Carl's accident was so many years ago. And then this Chia Yuen or Joven Chia or whatever his name is, he has already served his sentence. What's the point of bringing all this up? Anyway, Pierce, thanks for letting us know. I think it's best that we just take some time to sit with this new information.
Dad, just promise me you won't do anything rash, okay?
So, basically, the real killer might get away scot-free.
That's terrible.
You know, I keep wondering if there was something more I could have done back then.
Hey, I'm sure you did your best.
I'm not. I was too trusting. People like Michael Chow, they don't care about justice. It was always about the money.
Was it one of those big-time law firms that you were at?
Yeah. One of the big fives. You know, if I hadn't been asked to leave, maybe we'll be living in the GCB right now. With our own fleet of supercars.
Is that what you want?
Nah, of course not. But the money wouldn't hurt, though. Setting up my own practice, serving the community, having you and Vignesh in my life, being surrounded by the people I love and care about. I'm already living the dream.
You can't avoid him forever, you know.
Who says I'll just run away from home and never go back? Yeah, I'm just really scared that he'll suddenly tell me something else I never knew, then mess up my life even more. Like, what if, in order to pay off his debt, the loan shark made him work for them?
I don't think he will do that.
What if they made him rob a bank?
This is Singapore. If you rob a bank, you will get caught within an hour.
I just don't want any changes between us. We only have each other.
Well, if you don't want to go back, I can accompany you for as long as you want.
It won't be for long. I think I need dinner soon.
I bought food for y'all because Tess said you probably haven't eaten yet.
How did you know to buy our favorite comfort food? Do you remember?
Tess suggested that I buy your favorite Hokkien Mee. She also said that I used to do this quite often.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess I just miss what we used to have. It's silly, I know, but...
That whole SimCorp scholarship thing, Shirley pretty much did it behind your back. So it's not your fault, okay? Chin up.
Who are you? What have you done with Tess?
I know, right? Who am I right now?
Oh, but seriously, I was a mess back then. Especially after you got arrested. I basically let Shirley run the day-to-day. And it's no wonder I missed it.
Well, there's no point beating up yourself over it now. We should just think about what's next.
I mean, moving Annette back home.
Yeah. I'm worried that it's not doing her any good being all by herself in the UK.
Yeah, but all her friends are over there.
Yeah, but those rich, bratty kids, they're a bad influence on her. What she needs is her family, and more importantly, she needs her mother. I'm not going anywhere.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Stop that.
You stop it.
I made you breakfast.
Why?
He's just trying to be nice, Mama.
Yeah. Better teach your sister, or the two of you are going to be late.
I already did. She snoozed for super long today.
3 years that we wasted, all meant nothing to you.
Don't forget our pre-divorce counseling later at 2 p.m.
Good thing you reminded me. See you then.